The mission for today is to get these tires, and hopefully this afternoon I'll be putting the tires on, and then we'll go over some of the improvements that I made. Again, I was looking at the trailer in the edit yesterday of the video from a couple weeks ago that I shot down at the Oregon coast. Super fun trip, but this thing's changed. It's changed significantly, and I'm super excited. I keep saying super. I'm very excited to show you some of the alterations that we have made that I think are going to enhance our travel a ton. So stick around, and again, Dana and I are going to head to the tire store. Hopefully, these are ST tires. They're specific to trailers. We're going to be trying to get a light truck tire, which is hopefully a little better construction, because again, while this is not an overlanding or specific off-road trailer tire or trailer application, I really would prefer, we're going to get as heavy a duty a tire as I think I can get on here. Don't judge me, because this thing is destroyed in the back. The car's all dirty, but it's spring in Oregon, so we've got a lot of pollen. And one more tire. By some coincidence, I happen to have the correct setup for this guy already chucked up in my impact. And we're off. So we want to save that stuff right there. I've only got two hands, and I just threw the lug nut thing. Awesome. Our old spare was date coded 2012, which is considerably out of date. So that's done. What have I done now? Boy, join up. Find ways to spend money on a Casita. So we needed new tires. Our old tires were, the newest tires we had, which were the ones on the ground, were about 2018. So we went, and they were on 14-inch wheels, and I wanted to get something a little more aggressive. So check out what I got. This, friends, is, oh gosh, and they're sticky. This is a BF Goodrich all-terrain radial on a trailer wheel. What am I thinking? I don't know. Let's see what size these are. So the tires I took off are a 205/75/14 on those icky old wheels. And this, friends, is a 215/75/15. I'm told it's barely bigger, like maybe an inch. So that'd be from the center of the wheel to the outside, that'd be about ½ an inch. Let's see here. Where is the date on these? So these were 42nd week of 2023. So we got some new tires, and we got some very attractive wheels here. You know what? I'll leave that sticker on. But let's get these guys out. I'll show you kind of a side-by-side comparison, and then we can talk about buying tires. Oh, geez. Okay. So let's get these out here. So let's do a little comparison here. So I've got my, I can't see the screen. We've got this guy. And then I happen to have handy another BFG all-terrain. And look at the difference in those. You can't see. So it looks like, gosh, almost 2 inches difference. So probably an inch radius difference. You know, diameter being the point from either side, radius being the center point to the outside. So I'd say we're 1.5 inches, 2 inches taller, 1.5 inches, we'll call it that. But fortunately for me, look at that. We've got her in there, and I know from the old tires, because I've done some measuring, that this guy right here is the closest point, and the way this axle works is the fixed point of the axle is up here on an arm, so the center point of the axle is there. So if there's any movement at all, it kind of rotates like this, meaning this distance never changes. I'm thinking we may not even lift this, but if we do, we do. But I cannot tell you how happy I am with this arrangement. It really, really is cool to have the peace of mind of new tires. And so I need to talk about trying to buy trailer tires which you're going to see fairly extreme use, and your local tire store and the issues you may have. I went to a local Les Schwab, and I was very specific. I wanted an American manufacturer, made in the US. I explained my use case. I told them, hey, I understand I have 14-inch wheels. My initial thought was to reuse those wheels. And I told them, I know how difficult it is to find the correct tire for that. And they couldn't help me. They did call me back later, but they only had this other brand that I'd never heard of. And he didn't know where it was made or kind of the construction techniques. And all they had was a street tread. That was not what I was interested in. And after a brief miscommunication at the front counter of Discount Tires, I believe it's America's Tires in some places, but it's the same company. And I've bought, I don't know, 3 or 4 sets of BF Goodrich tires from them. I explained to him what I wanted. I explained to him what I was going to use the trailer for, and that I just didn't want to put another ST trailer type tire on it. Initially he was a little resistant, but then as I explained kind of what we were going to be using this little unit for, he was like, look, I can't do it in a 14-inch, which, you know, kudos to that kid. You know, he was like, listen, the sizes you want, I can't do it. And he and I had a conversation recognizing that I was looking for a 205 75 14. What he came back from is he started to problem solve, and he said, look, you need to upgrade to a 15-inch wheel. It opens up a lot more options. And then once he looked in his catalog and he knew kind of what my requirements were, he was like, I can't do a 205, but how about a 215 75 15? And I was like, well, and he had the size chart up there, and I was like, geez, I think that'll work. Now here's the downside of this whole operation. This is an option that is no expense spared, meaning as cheap as I am, as frugal as I am, as however much I want to cheat on stuff, tires are something I don't compromise on, and I don't think you should either. I'm not an expert. Talk to an expert tire guy. But what this kid did was like, hey man, I can get you into a BFG all-terrain. And him not knowing me and that I'd bought, well, I guess he had his computer with my account on it. So he he was talking to the right guy. Now here's the downside. We replaced 3 tires, the 2 primary tires and the spare tire, because we're changing sizes and that sort of thing. And just safety wise, the spare was really, really old. He told me the price and it kind of took my breath away. It was like $800 and change, pushing $900 with the warranty we purchased, meaning I got 3 brand new wheels, 3 brand new tires, and a 8 or 10 year warranty. I'm unclear on that, but it was almost $900. So fasten your seatbelts if you're going to get into this sort of thing. But how many RV, if you're watching my channel, you've probably tuned into better channels where they did long distance travel and people like lived out of their trailers. You have never seen an RV channel or any kind of YouTube thing where people are doing long distance travel in one of these casitas, using it like we're going to use it. You've never seen, I don't care which Airstream channel, because I've subscribed to several. I watch a lot of people in this genre. I've never seen this done. So I have made a huge calculation error, but my experience with this brand of tires, and the other thing is, these say made in USA right on the tire. That I would ask you to consider that before you go out and buy some other knockout. You know, I spoke too quickly. If they had proposed a brand I was familiar with that was made in, say, Korea or Japan, a Toyo option, or I mean, there's a bunch of different brands out there that I would be just fine and dandy with buying. However, a made in USA brand name tire like BF Goodrich, I just have experience with these, and I think this is going to be phenomenal. I have more for you. Just wait right there. I hate when my lug nuts look old. Yeah, boys. I cannot even contain myself. Holy smokes. This looks good. Sorry, I got to move the floor jack here. Give me a second. I got to order a power jack here real quick. There we go. So let's see. Sorry, I gotta sneak this guy out of there. Strongly recommend the use of jack stands when working on stuff. You guys there? Hello? All right. So you can't even see me. Got the window up there and me right here. Let me put the glasses away. It's a little sunny out. I can't see the screen, so hopefully you guys can see me. This is what I ordered and applied. So all I did to prep the surface is I washed it real good, and then I used rubbing alcohol before I put it down, and I waited for a nice warm day. It was kind of in the mid 60s. But this stuff comes in really tight rolls. They're kind of rolled up like so. Super tight in the package. I got two 20-foot pieces. Excuse me. So I got 40 feet of this stuff. Obviously this is just the Casita, so I have 20 feet extra. This is, I did all of the windows in the Casita with one roll, if you're wondering. But I believe this is a 1/2-inch RV gutter, and it's made out of some cool pliable rubber stuff. And this adhesive on the back is no joke. If you've prepped your surface properly and it's warm enough out, this stuff is like not coming off. So I just kind of eyeballed it and just stuck it up there. You know, I took a quick measurement of the window, cut it a little bit long, and I had enough to make these nice little curves there. Super, super exciting. But wait, just wait right there. I don't have a link for this, unfortunately. It is an Amazon product. I think if you put in rubber RV gasket, it'll come up, and you can get white or black. I chose black because the trailer's kind of white and the window frame's black, so I thought it would be a nice accent. As you can see, aesthetics are super important with my awesome faded Casita striping and chalky fiberglass. I am going to fix that at some point. But again, there is more. Just stand by. This is like an infomercial, right? Easily the biggest visual difference you will notice from our new and improved Casita project is, well, I don't know what you're going to notice. What I notice is, well, frankly, that I had to paint the tongue because the rest of it looked like crap once I took it apart. So, first thing, I ordered and installed a 300-pound Stromberg trailer tray. You can find these on Amazon. They're a couple, $200-300 bucks. It's the 255 model, so it's the heavier duty. As you can see, it shakes the trailer pretty substantially. The other thing you'll notice is this ProTech underbed, I don't even know what you call it, toolbox, I guess. This is for like big, legit commercial vehicles. You know, if you have a flatbed or tray, as they say in Australia, this is what you would bolt underneath the bed to get your tools out. And I always like to like repurpose things, so I went on Facebook Marketplace. If you're not familiar, ProTech, although this one's an old box, is a super well-respected brand. It has weather seals and all kinds of stuff. It's been painted. I painted it. When I installed it, I may throw some pictures on it. It was all rusty. Don't get too close to the paint or too judgmental. It's pretty spray painty. But I just used some Rust-Oleum hammered paint. There we go. Locks up. Look at that storage. Isn't that amazing? The storage I now have on, again, this little tiny Casita trailer. And if you travel in one of these, as I have, exterior storage is at a premium. So this is, again, awesome. Really awesome. Have this, again, she doesn't move around a ton. And kind of what you're seeing when I shake it is that it moves the whole trailer. It's got a lot of leverage. Dana, to her credit, if you look behind this, the other most important thing is she got us a propane cover. And so I knew with the tray over here, we weren't going to have very good access. So this gives us access to our propane and propane accessories, as they say. This, I am super jazzed about this little fella right here. This, friends, is an electric tongue jack. It's brand new. If you saw my last video, I had this chunk of wood under it before, but it had no foot. It had obviously come off the trailer at some point because the bottom was all bent up. It needed to be replaced. And honestly, the crank mechanism was starting to get a little sticky. So it needed to go. This little gem right here, again, on Amazon, was about $100. Very simple wire. I just wired it into the hot wire from the lead that goes back to the battery charger. Well, it's an RV, so the RV wiring harnesses are like wire nutted together, so I was able to splice it right in. But anywho, I put it in there, and check this out. Yeah, works like a champ. I saw it on one of the videos, this white tongue thing. Dude, this actually works. This is a tip and trick that actually works. I tow this mostly with the 4Runner, and we have a backup camera. This thing is like magic. You can see the ball go right underneath it. Boom, you're set. What else did I do up here? Oh, I still need to get the poop pipe mounted up here somewhere. I'm probably just going to bungee that guy in for right now, but because we're leaving, we're getting out of here. Again, more big news on that, but not today. I think I've overwhelmed everyone enough. I know I'm overwhelmed. So, recapping, did the gutter sealant on all the windows. I did the tires. Dana and I did the tires, and again, this was not inexpensive. This, gosh, this was $900. This might be the single biggest modification we've made to the trailer. You know, the Stromberg rack was $300, that was $100. That was a used toolbox of this dimension. This is 48 inches wide, 18 inches tall, and 18 inches deep. A toolbox of this size, anything approaching new, $600 or $800. You can find them on Amazon. They are not as well constructed as this old janky one is. But anyway, like I said, if you've watched this video, I really appreciate it. Again, I enjoy making these videos. I realize it's marginal content. Forgive me for that. Low production quality. But if you like casitas like I do, and fortunately my wife does and likes spending money on them, then follow along on our adventures. It's not going to all be casita related content. We're going to start making a little bit of travel content, but it will be incorporated, or the casita will be incorporated into that. Again, I'm jazzed. I don't know about you guys. I just am super, I know I'm talking too quickly, but I'm super excited. I'm way excited to get this thing on the road, especially with those new tires, given that I had a broken belt in that tire, I'm pretty convinced, and we dodged a bullet, like a major bullet. You do not want to have a blowout on one of these. So stick around, guys. We will get to other projects. Tune in again next week or whenever. And so I just wired that in per their awesome code, which is apparently wire nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's a house, right?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Sort of.
I'd go and reseal all this stuff too, except that I don't want a bunch of black polka dots all over my trailer.
You could make it a Dalmatian.
It's getting that way now.
See, just go with the theme.